Yo, what's up guys? It's Tarman here. Some call me Tire Man, some call me Namrat, some call me Trap Man. But I think for this video, I'm gonna go with Snail Man. I know that I talked about some of Josh's health issues the last video, but I kind of want to continue that. I want to talk about Josh and alcohol. Now, I know that most people have talked about that to fucking death. If you've watched Josh for more than 2 or 3 days, you know most of the basic information, like about his alcohol problem. But a thing that not a lot of people point out is that Josh is a weird alcoholic. Like, he isn't a normal alcoholic. If you've known an alcoholic in your life, or if you've been one yourself, you know that they're actually pretty smart with their money. Well, not actually smart, because they waste it all on booze. What I mean by that is that they know the cheapest store, they know the cheapest vodka, they know the bus routes to these said locations if they don't have a car. They know how to haggle, they know how to steal. Normal alcoholic, I'd assume, that's really down bad would walk 3 or 4 miles to a store just for cheap beer, even if they had a store that was a few blocks away. These kind of behaviors are what an actual addict would do. Josh is weird. He doesn't have these normal behaviors even for the problems he has. I've never met or seen anyone that is the way that Josh is, especially with this Mead. Josh is an absolute Mongolian maniac when it comes to this Mead. He spends $35 to $40 just for one bottle of 1% alcohol. It's less than 1% alcohol. You could get a lot of alcohol for that. You can get a lot of beer. You can get a lot of cheap vodka for that. He could actually mix and do actual drink combinations with, and not just bullshit, right? I have no idea where he got this it's done in 2 weeks thing. The minimum is 2 weeks. And plus, Josh hasn't even been doing the full 2 weeks. It's always been 12 days or something. Josh, it's the bare minimum. You should do 3 to 4 days, then you'll get maybe 5% alcohol, maybe 8 at best. But there is no way that at your current state, it is more than 1%. That's imaginary. In his recent stream, whenever he drank his Mead, and whenever he quote unquote got drunk, I do believe that Josh felt like he actually got drunk. I think it was a weird placebo effect in his brain. I'm sure that it's not just the Mead. I'm sure he gets a placebo high whenever he huffs that cologne like a goober. Whenever he was on that really shitty podcast with those 2 normie boomers or whatever, he was huffing cologne right in front of them, not giving a single fuck. He was going ham and cheese on that bottle of cologne that was almost empty from what I can remember. Back to the beer thing. So we know that Josh hates, and I mean hates, the taste of alcohol, but really it doesn't make sense, because he's been doing it for a decade now. You would think that that he would get used to it. I would say a large majority, probably most people, would assume that it's his teeth. I'll put up a recent picture of what his teeth look like, and they are not looking good, chat, alright? So it's probably his teeth. It's probably why he swishes it in the corner of the mouth. Most people know this. Most people have talked about this. It's the same reason on why he eats his food the way he does. It's the same reason on takes a bite of food. He always pushes it to the corner of his mouth to chew it once, then swallow it. his teeth are not going to last. And some people even think that the amount of alcohol he drinks is actually saving his teeth. Pickled nubs, basically, because I call his teeth nubs, because, like, that's what they are. Recently, there was a picture on where he didn't have, like, the weird black splotch on his teeth, and, like, I just realized that those weird black spots could be dried blood and not actually, like, rot. I mean, I'm sure his teeth are still rotting. Like, 100% his teeth are still rotting. Like, there's no way they're not. Also, they have to move inside of his head whenever he does like a fast motion or whenever he like runs. So I mean, obviously Josh isn't gonna run, and Josh hasn't ran in like probably more than a decade. Probably the last time Josh has ever ran was all the way in PE. That was probably the last time. I mean, same here. Fuck running. That's normie shit. But anyway, my main point is that, like, that's probably why he doesn't chew that often, because his, like, he can, like, feel the teeth in his gums, like, move back and forth. That would terrify me. I've thought about, what it would be to be Josh for, like, just an hour. Not a full day. That would be insane in the goddamn membrane. Just for a single day, what would it be like to be Josh? His eyesight is so fucked that, like, I wouldn't even be able to read my manga. Or, like, I wouldn't even be able to, like, read the subtitles or whatever for the hentai that I'm watching. Like, that would be awful, dude. Back to the booze part. I know the actual, like, real reason on why Josh, like, DoorDashes stuff. It's because he's banned from, most places. He's banned from the bars, he's banned from one gas station, and he's banned from Albertsons. And probably a few other places that we don't know about, that he was probably too drunk to remember, because if he did remember, he would definitely talk about it and bitch about it. Back to the recent documentary, whenever he was in Albertsons, whenever the cops did show up and he was trespassed, Josh had no idea and he looked terrified and like really uncomfortable. Like he had no idea. Well, because he was probably drunk and belligerent. So trust me, guys, like I actually like know like why he doesn't just go walk and like get his alcohol. But that being said, I know that there are a few places in town where he could walk to. Like, there was at least one gas station that he isn't banned from that's like within like a 5 to 10 mile radius that he could simply just take the bus to. Okay, so for my final theory, it's the Softcock Theory with Josh and Stephanie. So we know that Josh and Stephanie met at Job Corps. We know that they had a long-distance relationship whenever Josh went back home. And we also know that Stephanie wanted to move in right away. And we have it on video of Josh saying that he felt overwhelmed, that he felt like it was moving a little bit too fast. All right? So apparently Josh cheated on Stephanie with some crack whore for like some cigarettes with Warlord. They tag teamed her, apparently. Now, Josh and Stephanie's relationship, it was a little bit rocky during this stage. It wasn't doing all that well with the anal drama that was happening. So I feel like Josh wanted to end the relationship and didn't have the balls, didn't have the social skills, whatever you want to call it, to simply just say, hey, Stephanie, this is going on for too long. Hey, this is going a little bit too fast. Hey, I feel like you moving in caused a lot of problems. I feel like if we slowed down this relationship a tad, it would be a lot healthier and it could work out. But obviously, he is the Boglum, so he's not going to do that. And he isn't just going to be able to break up with her without an explanation, so he's going to come up with something stupid. Because I honestly have a hard time believing that he fucked some random, like, whore in front of a gas station. I, like, highly doubt that. But hey, who knows? That could have easily happened. But yeah, what do you guys think? A lot of these videos are going to be extremely schizo and all over the place, but hey, that's just how I am. I'm Tarman, the Starman, served in Vietnam, man.
Short round. Step on it.
Okie dokie, Dr. Jones, hold on to your potatoes!
Down, nothing to attack when you